Hello, I'm Nicolas Khoury, Head of Visa Consulting and Analytics for Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa. In this special episode, we will discuss the well-established and universal trend in global payments, the rising power of digital wallets. Digital wallets use has taken off in almost all regions around the world. In the last 12 months, about half of the global e-com transactions were handled by wallets, and about 1/3 of the global POS payments. It is projected in the next 3 years that about half of the global payments will involve a wallet. The competitive dynamics of the digital wallet industry is varied and very dynamic. In some markets, several digital wallets can coexist comfortably with some room for additional players to enter, while in some other markets, it's winner takes all. Given the growth and the importance of the digital wallet industry and dynamics, incumbent banks, fintechs, and different players in the payment ecosystem face a dilemma and are trying to answer a strategic question. Should we play and enter into the digital wallet ecosystem, even though that the road to profitability is uncertain and challenging? To discuss this and deep dive into the different insights and best practices, I am joined by a true expert on this topic. I'm very excited to welcome Serhii Holovan, CEO of Kaizo Euromobile, Beeline's fintech vertical that launched a Simply wallet in Kazakhstan and Central Asia. Simply wallet, under Serhii's leadership, has grown turnover more than 5-fold in the last 2 years and achieved more than 2.1 monthly active users. Serhii has deep experience in banking, payments, and consulting, and brings a lot of experience from various markets and locations, including Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Greece, and Saudi Arabia. Serhii, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Hi, Nick, and my pleasure to greet you in Kazakhstan. Thanks. I'm impressed and inspired by the topics we are going to discuss today.
Why don't we start with how it all began, right? Why did Beeline, a main telco player, decide to launch Simply? What were you trying to solve for?
Yeah, that's the great question, and I believe that our management and stakeholders, they were asking themselves this question 6 or 7 years ago. Our management wisely predicted that just telco is not the best approach to proceed with, and we were moving for the status of the digital operator. As a matter of fact, last year we clarified this strategy motto and we call it DO1440, which stands for Digital Operator 1440, which is the number of minutes within the day. It means that we as the digital operator want to be with our customer all day long and provide them with all the services and lifestyle services which they are usually need by their lifestyle. And actually the mobile financial services, it was the first try of our hands to fill this gap which we wanted to acquire from the customer time spent. And yeah, it was first try, and now it is the most matured stream of the new business. We call the businesses which are standing aside from the core business new businesses, and the mobile financial services, it is the one of the major players. Beside this, we've got the BTV. This is the entertainment platform. We've got the music platform. We've got the virtual mobile operator for the youth called Easy. And we've got the big data team squad and much smaller or teeny or startups, but they are all combining and collecting into the one new business team. And now we got the power and we've got the reason to call ourselves the digital operator, not just the telco, but the digital operator overall.
Now, a lot of players have tried to play in the space. A lot of players also were not successful to achieve a profitable business or a successful digital wallet business. In your view and in your experience going through this journey and reaching the aspirations and ambitions that you had, what does it take to build a successful digital wallet?
I believe that we had the unique superposition for this project. From one side, we've got the significant customer base with our mother company, Beeline telco operator, which currently operates with the 11 million customers in Kazakhstan. So this customer base is the great basis for us to build our successful story with the digital wallet. From the other hand, we made the entry for this project, proudly say wisely, because before we were going for this journey, we asked the older or smarter guys, namely Visa Consulting, which provides us the good research on the insights of the market entry, on how to fintech to be successful if they are just at the beginning of the road, and what is the best benchmarks on the markets worldwide. That's why combining of these terms, I believe it has played the great role in our success. Another, when we just started to acquire the customer for our wallets, of course, we were avoiding to appraise just in the P&L in the vacuum. Because luckily, we've got the entire ecosystem, like I mentioned, so we can calculate the effect of the mobile financial services, for example, for the core business. It is proven that the mobile financial services customer brings more for the telco operator. They call it ARPU, which stands for the annual revenue. So the ARPU is higher, a bit higher than the average customer who do not bring money and pay something. That's why we are calculating the transfer incomes, which are paid by the telco operator in favor of the digital wallet operator. And this effect, this P&L, is pretty satisfactory for us and for our stakeholders. The main thing with the evaluation of your success of your project regarding the digital wallet specifically is not just to compare, profits and losses on the balance sheet. Because in our case, we paid the cashbacks for the customers with not just the cashbacks, but the rewards, bonuses, etc. Exactly the same amounts which we earned from the interchange, from other fees. So what was coming, that was leaving for the customer loyalty, but we learned, and I believe that we already know how to sell the data which was generated by those transactions, which we already paid in customers by loyalty points. And this is more valuable. This is the next gold, the data about this transaction, not the fees on these transactions itself. And I believe for those, my colleagues who want to successfully proceed with the digital wallet business, this is the major approach, not just to calculate the accountantly, but with the benefits which are maybe not visible clearly at the moment, but are more promising in the longer perspective.
Absolutely. And you referenced earlier also your approach to thinking about the entire value of the customer also for the entire group, and not just on the digital wallet. This is a smart way to look at the entire benefit and value of the customer. And to your point, it's very important to balance between the right customer experience and profitability, right? And having the right monetization strategy to look into that. One question about the trends going forward, right? So we know that most of the players have come a long way in terms of the user experience, user interface, and some relevant functionalities in digital wallets. That, in fact, a good customer experience and relevant functionalities are almost table stakes to them. Mm-hmm. In your view and in your practical experience, what would be the next wave of trends in digital wallet and functionalities that could help differentiate them?
Disclaimer that now I will talk just for the Kazakhstan market. Maybe globally these trends will be different. But here in Kazakhstan, I'm expecting that the first liberalization of the financial licensing services will happen, and the payment organizations like fintechs, they will be allowed to serve and to manage the banking accounts. I'm talking about the open banking approach, which is currently actively developed by the national regulator, National Bank, and I'm greeting this project very much. And I believe this would be the next big thing. So the fintechs will have the possibility to aggregate, collect the balances, the information on accounts from different banks in one window, in one certain mobile application. Initiate the transaction between these accounts, also attract the free funds from the customer into the deposits and savings account, and to act like the remote agent for the banks who will just keep the balances, make the reporting, reconciliation, and something like this. And the agent, like a trusted agent between the ultimate customer and the bank, would be fintech, like with the open banking application, personal finance manager, or whatever it will be called. Another big thing, of course, which cannot be ignored, this is the tokenization, the development of the digital currencies and the blockchain technology. I believe that in the nearest years, this technology will be also embedded into the personal finance. Of course, there is matters that should be regulated like KYC, AML, and so on. But if everything will be set up properly, I believe this will be a great boost for the development of the personal finance. Another thing, this is AI, like we already mentioned, because, by the way, here in the line, which is the part of the VION group, we understand the AI like the augmented intelligence, not artificial, but augmented intelligence, because we believe that we can bring more value by exploring the data which we collect from our customers, from their telco habits, by their financial payments, and so on. So we can bring much more value by learning this data and providing the personalized services and offerings for our customers.
This is very, very good insights. And to your point on the aggregated view of customers, that's a very good step towards being able to build the ecosystem that you said, to offer all the adjacent services to your customer to increase their lifetime value. So that's something that we see similar to what we see in WeChat in Asia, or Grab, or even Careem in the Middle East.
Exactly.
One thing I want to mention is we are in Visa continuously investing in providing the right capabilities in order to support our partners to build digital capabilities faster and better. For example, we have the digital SDKs that help support on push provisioning of credentials on wallets, or we have the different APIs that can help provide functionalities like transaction controls, or like a subscription manager, or even loyalty capabilities to help engage the customers. So we are working hard to make sure that we support partners in catching the next wave of trends to be successful and to play. When we were working together to co-create or partnering to co-create the strategy that you referenced, you came to the team and you said, look, I'm the CEO, but I don't want to participate as a CEO. I want to be a member of the team. And that, by doing that, you gave a lot of access to the team, to your time to make decisions. You rolled your sleeves. You rallied the functions within Simply in order to help co-create this strategy. And that actually expedited the build and the implementation by up to 50% compared to what we see in the market, right? Given your involvement and your proactive push on this. In your view, what were the benefits of partnering with Visa?
First, thanks, of course, for this high appraisal of my participation within our common project. It was my pleasure also. Like I mentioned, for me personally, and I believe that I've convinced my stakeholders here, that the Visa is the best benchmark for the fintech cases worldwide. Because, of course, we can hire the other consultants which are great experts in certain area, but Visa has the richest portfolio of the cases which are pretty similar for ours, not theoretical, but practical ones. And how you will appraise this term, but from my perspective, Visa is like a chat GPT for the fintechs. You can ask anything, and you've got the augmented intelligence from the Visa customers worldwide.
We at Visa are very proud to support Simply's journey, and we're very proud to work with you and your team to build a successful digital wallet. Thank you a lot for your time today, and thank you for the practical insights on this topic.
Thank you, Nick. It was my pleasure. Thank you likewise.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you found this discussion insightful. Stay tuned for more interesting discussions on Visa Spotlight.